It's better to give than it is to receive. So what I have listed here, you'll look at this number and you'll say, well, 10% of 2,775 is $278, we'll say, if you round up, $278. But yet I have 320 listed here, and you might say, oh, why do you have listed 320? Well, once again, this is what I believe. I believe that in the Bible says to give off of your first fruits. So when I hear first fruits, I hear, before I give to anyone else, I want to give my 10% to God. And that, to me, is prior to taxing. That is off of my monthly income prior to tax is my first fruits. That's what I first made, because I want God to get his money before the government gets theirs. Why am I going to pay the government before I pay God? That's my own personal revelation. You might not have the same. You do what you feel led to do. That's what I do. So that's why my giving number is 320, and that's 10%, and still that's not enough, and that's a problem. If I'm going through the month and I'm only able to give 10%, then I need to adjust something, because I want to be giving more than 10%. So 320, you take that off. I put it backwards because the more people I talk to, the more I realize that most people are paying their 10% and doing their giving after taxes. So I adjusted the numbers to taxes to come out first and then give. But anyway, when it's all said and done, after you get taxed your 425 and you give your 320, you're going to be, I was at the number of like 455, once again, so to speak. That wasn't my exact number, but I was around that area. I will say I was around that area in the beginning of the year. Monthly bills. I was spending $30 a month on coffee shops. I was spending $120 a month on car insurance, $65 on internet, $110 on me and my wife's phones, $30 for a gym, $20 a month for a haircut, roughly. I was spending, I'll move over here so you can see better. I hope you can see this board. I know my handwriting is not very good, so I apologize. It's not easy to write with these fat markers either, but fast food was $240, groceries was $250, restaurants was $220. I did not have a car payment. I never have. I just threw this here because I'll explain. I'll get to that later, but I threw that there just to throw it there. I had an Amazon account for $10 a month. Gas was about $3.50. Sam's Club, I had a membership. It was, to be honest with you, I can't remember the amount my Sam's Club was, but I'm guessing at $10 a month. Power bill, $200 a month. All these bills, I was going to do the math for you, but just to save some time, I'm not going to go into all the math. But if you add all these bills up with giving, taxes, and a 30-year mortgage at $800 a month, your number is $3,200, which is take-home pay. So the way this board is set up right now is that I'm bringing in $3,200 a month. After I'm taxed, after I give, and after all my bills, I'm spending $3,200 a month. And once again, that is on a 30-year mortgage. So I'm breaking even, I'm running the rat race, and I'm paying down a 30-year mortgage. This was before I purchased the house. This was based off of my quote that I had. I sat down with my wife and I said, this is unacceptable. This is not okay. We either need to get a cheaper home or we need to structure this differently, because I am not going to be breaking even on a 30-year mortgage. I don't even want to buy a house unless I can do a 15-year mortgage, period, the end. And I want to pay it down before 15 years, but 15 years is the absolute minimum I'm willing to do. If I can't afford the price of the house that I was buying at the 15-year mortgage, then I'm going to buy a cheaper house. So I put these numbers together and I told her, there's no reason why we need to spend $30 a month on coffee shops. There's no reason in the world why we need to spend any money at a coffee shop. You can buy coffee grounds from the store, buy little refillable Keurig cups, and you can drink coffee every day, 5 times a day, all month long for I don't know. I would have to put those numbers on a sheet as well. But I mean, to go through, and I mean, if you think about it, this is only about six coffee drinks. I mean, $5 a drink going through Starbucks or Dunkin' through a whole month, only going 3 times, and me and my wife both getting a drink 3 times in a month, $5, $30 a month. That number is really, really low. To be honest with you, I think we might have been spending more than that because we both, I mean, I definitely like my coffee. She enjoys it too. So we were probably spending more than that. But I told her, I said, what we are spending is what I can find on our budget with the apps that I use. The $30 is not okay. $10 a month. We can go once a month to a coffee shop and either both get our own drink, or we can go twice a month and we can share a drink both times. But we don't need to be going in and out of coffee shops. When we're rich and we can go afford to throw $5 away on a coffee, then we can do that. But right now, we're not in a position. If we want to be homeowners and if we want to be financially free, we're not going to get there by spending $30+ a month at coffee shops. So I asked her if she was agreeant. By the way, I will say that I said this to my wife. I said that to my wife. I don't want to sound like a dictator. I sat her down and I told her what my desire and what my goals were, and I got her input on it, and she was 100% supportive, and she dove right in with me. So it wasn't me saying, this is what we're doing, I don't care what you say. Like, no, it was me presenting something to my wife and saying, hey, we can do better. Are you with me on trying to do better? Like, do you support trying to do better? And she was 100% down for it. So we were able to turn this number budgeted to $10 a month on coffee shops. Car insurance. I will tell you this, in sales, I work sales now for ITI Communications, and one thing I learned when I started working in sales is anything that you pay for, you're being sold. Somebody is selling you. You can always get a better price on if you have a car payment, if you have car insurance, if you have, I mean, sometimes you can even call and say, hey, I can't afford my power bill. Is there any way that you can set me up on a budget plan or something? And they will work with you before they just shut your power off, because they don't want to just lose clients. They can adjust, they can set things up. But there's all different ways to get your monthly payments down. Don't just agree to pay for something just because that's what somebody's going to charge you. I will tell you this. When I started doing account management for a couple of the sales guys here at ITI Communication, I realized that accounts that we've had for 3, 4, 5 years are paying more monthly premiums, a higher monthly premium, than accounts that we just recently have converted over to ITI, like in the last month or two. They might be clients with us for a month or 2 or 3, and they're paying a way less premium than the people that have been with us for years. And that's backwards. You would think, oh, the longer somebody stays with you, the better you'll take care of that client. What we do, our what we offer as far as performance never changes. In fact, we'll do even more, and we'll go out of the way for clients that we've had for a longer period of time. But at the end of the day, the company's trying to make money, and if they're willing to pay what we're charging them for what we're doing, then we're going to charge them. And if we can slowly raise it and they don't notice or they don't care and they're willing to pay more, we're going to charge them more. So the longer we keep a client, the rates don't go down, the rates go up. And if you notice, that's the way it is with your car insurance and your gym membership. I mean, there's times where your car insurance will go down, but there's also times it'll go up and you didn't have no speeding tickets or accidents, and you'll wonder why. But a lot of people will just ignore it and just pay it. Gym memberships, they'll make you sign up for, I used to work at a gym, and I realized they'll make you sign up for like a year contract for $20 a month, and they'll be like, you'll get $20 a month for a year contract. Well, then they'll charge you service fees. A lot of people don't even recognize when it hits their bank. Some people do, and they come in screaming. And it's like, well, did you read the small print? Because we put in the small print, you're going to be charged service fees, $50, $60 twice a year. So that $20 payment you're making is really like $30 if you do the math and add in those two $60 payments. That's $120 a year. That's $10 more a month. So if they can sell you a $10 membership and then charge you two $60 fees throughout the year, you're paying $20 a month. Don't get fooled by salesmen. Don't just be sold. Push back on everything. Push back on every number you get, making sure that you're paying the right price and you're being taken care of accordingly. Working at the gym, I would watch so many times people will come in after their year is up, after their year contract is up, I mean, they'll be a year and 6 months in, and they'll come up and they'll say, well, my membership, I just noticed on my bank statement, my membership changed to $30 a month. I thought it was $20 a month. And this is 6 months after they've been paying $30 a month. They missed it. And they come in, and then we have to tell them, I was instructed to tell them, well, in the small print, it says we're only subject to hold to $20 a month for the 1-year contract. After that 1-year contract is up, you're no longer locked in for that rate, and it's subject to change. Subject to change, like we might change it on you. No, they plan on changing it on you. It's going to change every single time. Also, when you usually sign a contract, like say you rent out a place and you sign a 1-year lease agreement, when that 1-year lease agreement's up, you have to re-sign for another year. You don't just continue to be charged. Well, gyms, they don't do that. They continue to charge you, and they charge you more. And also, most gyms will force you to come in person and sit down with somebody to cancel your membership for an hour plus. They're going to take your time. They're going to make it miserable for you because they know people will prolong doing it because they don't want to have to go through that trouble, and they'll continue to make their monthly payment. Monthly payments will destroy you. They will put you in debt, and they will beat you down. You cannot allow a bunch of monthly payments to come in and just hinder your life. You got to keep your monthly payments to a minimum. You got to pay things up front, and you got to make sure you're being charged fairly. I'm sorry I'm taking a lot of time. I just really